Welcome everyone. Welcome back to another wonderful Sunday evening as the weather starts to get cold, but I have a sneaking suspicion that really won't bother our wonderful coterie mates as we turn up the heat. I had to.
Why do we like fire so much? Whoa.
We good? Someone beeped.
I lost everyone. Everyone's face froze. And then you all came back at once. It was terrifying.
Crescent, I know you're nervous. Chill. You don't really do anymore, but try breathing exercises. Well, wow, Mr. Holland up there. Oh, he's back. Quick, Mr. Holland, as you put on your headset, plug yourself back in. Oh my God, it's a Nosferatu.
What are you talking about? There's nobody here. What are you talking about? I don't see anybody.
Oh God,
see anybody.
this shit creepy.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, brethren.
I need you to calmly reach for your phone. Dial 911. I don't. This might be a glitch, but I think someone's in the room with you.
Did you call me?
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. As always, for the audience of young and old and new, welcome to our wonderful stream. We play a little Vampire the Masquerade while Seattle sleeps is the title of our chronicle, or our entire story, technically, if you want to get specific. To anyone new here, because I do know there are a few new people, I'll let you know, we do have wonderful channel points on my channel. They're called Embers. Be sure to spend them to interact with the channel. If you spend them on blood dice, it will add dice to a pool that our group can use each once per session to augment their rolls with a potential for risky things to happen. If you wish to support me in my endeavors in causing suffering and turmoil and conflict, you may add it to my role, where I'll be able to do along the same way. And then that's pretty much all you need to worry about for this stream. As always, my wonderful friends, go ahead and introduce yourselves to all of our audience before I get into our lovely recap.
Thank you so much, everybody. I know it was quite a draw, but I play Grayson Titan Holland, the clan Tremere.
What up, everybody? I play Acer Zoran, the Thin Blood. Hopefully, things turn out in our favor, even though some people take me out of the loop. Okay.
I included you, Acer.
Thank you. Y'all.
All right, well, now that those shots have been fired, I'm assuming that's my cue.
You're fine, you got rapid reflexes.
Shut up. Hi, everybody. My name is Morgan Caldwell, and I play Crescent the La Sombra. Pray for us in the church.
Hello, I am Blue, and I play Onyx O'Connell, the Malkavian, and I am bad at Spanish. Okay, thank you.
And I am Peter, your ever listening and enduring storyteller. Let's go ahead and continue what's supposed to be probably a very climactic vampire story tonight. So, we last left off from our wonderful coterie. La Sombra besieged Eleanor one last time. And this negotiation ended with a Molotov to her sire's face. We fade back in now to Grayson and Acer. We both had taken the company van, managed to skid straight across the street from the cathedral. Grayson, you slam on the brakes, the van bumping to a halt as you hit the curb ever so slightly, causing some of the gear in the back of the van to jostle. There is a faint candlelight coming from all the windows of the cathedral. It seems ominously silent. But you know, Crescent is inside, and Onyx somewhere. Based on what I recall previously, both of you have been informed by her that there are people in the basement of the cathedral.
I only informed Acer.
Who that I believe relayed already to Grayson. Correct. As both you come to a grinding halt, as you hit your tailbone a bit on that hard stop, you both begin to immediately start moving out of the van. What goes through your mind in this steady slow motion, Grayson, as the desperation, the realization of what's happening? People within your coterie have been making moves and adjustments without your knowledge, and all this has become rapidly to a head. What is going through your mind?
There's a part of me that's realized that they're going to do things, and Unfortunately, I do not have very much control of that. However, it falls to me in this moment as Grayson is getting out of the van. He's getting his stuff ready. He's trying to think of what will come after. If he can't control what happens, how can he see the web? The web of what could happen, and trying to think of ways that they could benefit, but where the cost or where the benefits will outweigh the detriment. And I would say during this time, he doesn't talk very much. He's more just keeping an eye on Acer, and every so often he'll look back over the van to see if that light is still there.
You both come around the corner. As you guys begin gathering gear, you're not more than a word is about to be shared between you before you hear the faintest shattering of glass. But that's not what gets your attention. You hear briefly the sound of an ear-piercing scream of a woman in a high voice as it echoes faintly between muffled walls. The sounds of mechanical snappings and the sound of water begins rushing like a fire hose going off. And the lights in the cathedral go out.
Alright, that's not good. And I'm going to instantly go to the back of the van, and this comes standard with all cars, so I'll not BSing anybody. I'm going to grab the tire iron and the jack to the car. I'm going to run up to Grayson and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going for the people. What are you going to do?
I had a better layout of the place. I'd want to go help Onyx, but damn it, Crescent.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing right now, and I gotta be honest, I have no abilities. I don't have my powers on me. So, whatever's going on with Crescent, I hope she knows what she's doing. But I do know that having innocent people in that church means that they're gonna get in the way. I'm gonna go help them first.
That's fair. I mean, is that the plan then? Should I go and find Crescent?
If you want, either or. You're either helping me or you're helping her right now. How old do you think her sire is?
Older than us.
Yeah, go find Crescent. And he's gonna run to the church and try and find that. Did you ever text Acer that there was like a back door?
Yeah, I described the way the back door was in. I also mentioned zombies.
Yeah. Okay, so as I run to go see the back door, I'm just gonna turn around and yell to Grayson, "Oh, by the way, there's zombies out, be careful!"
Grayson.
I'll run over. I'm over to Acer immediately.
You are naturally faster than Acer, as you are already tailed upon to him.
I do believe I texted the back door entrance that there were people inside, and that also there's zombies and ghosts.
Excellent. All right, well.
I think I probably did that last part sarcastically, since Onyx is new with the ghost hunting.
Little twist. He grabs the tire iron. He opens up the bag of salt, puts a good amount in his pockets, and then runs for the back entrance of the church.
Can I grab a handful of salt too?
Go for it. He brought a baker's bag of salt.
Yeah, I got a bag.
Oh, awesome! I'll take that. Hell yeah!
You both grab fistfuls of salt into your pocket as you begin sprinting. What are you both doing in this moment as you go running across? At this point, as you get closer to the cathedral, crossing the street, you can hear that mechanical whirling with the sound of rapid rushing water. Both of you, it sends a bit of a shiver as you remember the treatment center when Acer had busted open the sprinkler system. And you know that Crescent's timer is ticking.
Go up to Acer. Okay, here's the thing. She said there are other things in there. I want to help Crescent. I also need to make sure you make it out of here. So does she.
Just gonna hold up the tire iron. That's what this is for. For the ghosts, I bought the salt. I have no clue what that's gonna do, but I got salt.
Hence why I'm thinking maybe I should go with you.
Fair enough. The faster we get these people out, the faster we can find Crescent.
Hey, sir, I do need to ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you have the vial?
I don't
Yes,
think
sir, I
my
need to know now.
backpack.
You kept it on your person all times. You always made a point to tell me you had always
Yeah.
one on you, and you gave the rest to Onyx.
Then yeah, he has one vial in his backpack.
You have some type of injector or anything like that. I need to know that we can.
It was all one complete mechanical point. It's ready for administration at any time.
Look, here, can I see it? I need to make sure. I don't know. Maybe if it comes to it. I don't know. I'll have it.
Not my type. I want to make that fair to the I don't trust this. Care how much power it is. Plan on taking this. Just be warned. I'm pretty positive it's gonna come with side effects. Everything does.
Do you think that it's manageable? That's the question. Want me to hold it for now, then?
And I'll hand it over.
You hold the cold injector in your hand, Grayson, turn it over. It's a thick vial with very dark, viscous fluid, almost black in maroon in color. It's a quick applicator, like an EpiPen.
Hey, sir, do you trust me?
Right now, Crescent and Onyx are the only people they do trust. I use the word people like so just do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be the crazy one of it. So if you plan to do something crazy, at least guarantee me that you're going to come out of it.
Make sure we all will. I'm going to rapid reflex inject him with it.
What the? You...
Acer, you...
The crazy one in the group. Wow.
You make eye contact with Grayson in this moment. He tilts his head to you, looks out the ejector, and says the words come in his mouth before, quick as lightning, faster than you can even perceive, there's suddenly an injection, a pain in the side of your neck, and you slowly look down to your right as Grayson has just stuck the needle into your neck, and you feel the cold fluid slide into your body.
I take the injector and I put it back, and I hold him. Acer, we are leaving here alive. You may hate me, you may certainly do so. We are all getting out of here.
That coldness
You will too.
begins to spread into your chest rapidly. It spreads faster. It's like tunneling its way through your veins. The moment it hits your body, then that begins to heat. Oh, that's not cold. That's hot. That's hot. That's burning fire. You stagger for a moment, waiting for pain, but there is none. So you lean back and breathe in deep as suddenly your eyes dilate hard. You can feel the muscles in your face strain. All of a sudden, sounds are much more sensitive. The world around you is a bit sharper. You feel that slow, rhythmic thin blood of your heart beat slightly a bit faster as this concoction pushes itself through your veins, and you feel wired. You grip your hands and you feel the bones crack, and you feel your spine realign, your muscles go taut, and it feels so good. It's like there's literal lightning in your veins.
I know. You can hate me. You can do whatever you want. Please, understand for now. I will discuss this later.
As per usual, when he activates his abilities through his suggestion, his one eye starts to glow red as the veins around it start to glow. For now, people first, then Crescent. He's going to rush towards the back door.
Go with him.
Grayson, you watch as you take off with you. All of a sudden, you naturally can outpace Acer You can naturally outpass the Sinblood, but as you both sprint towards the back of the church, he's running a little faster than you. His body moving fluidly, moving like you. And Acer, your body feels light, strong. You feel something pulling you, and it almost shakes like you could bend a fence in half if you had to. Until I let you know how long this lasts, your potency has been up to 1.
Okay. Out of curiosity, just because I want to see how Acer's naturally a scientific guy, if he thinks about his food, can he anything coming from the
turning inward on yourself as you both begin to move your way to the back of the cathedral, the sound of the sprinklers like a dull roar in the back of your mind. The best way you can view this as you look at that cage, it didn't enrage it any more than it normally would. But you make eye contact with it as its eyes glow that fervent red, and a wide smile creaks upon its mouth as you can see long, sharpened fangs gleaming in the dark. Oh, this is what you would have felt like if you ate him, you know. Duncan, if you had just had the balls to let me out for good, this is what you could have been. And it stares at you with this fervent enjoyment, just ready to go. It's like being injected with a steroid.
Interestingly enough, within Acer's mind, right? Instead of arguing with the beast, he kind of just stares at the beast. Kind of takes in the feeling. And then without really saying much, just turns away and he's back into real world per se.
As you leave your inner mind space, you just hear your beast echoing in the darkness. You'll want more of this. You will. Just watch. Because I want more of this. And what I want is what you want. As this voice just grows fainter and fainter into the dark. Both of you make your way towards the cathedral as we shift our focus over to Onyx. Still maintaining your obfuscate. Your eyes lock down on the mausoleum, and you see, just going through the names very quickly, bam! Celine Grimaldi. That's it. That's the tomb. That's the one you saw in your vision. This small bit of outcropping of stone carved into the wall itself with that copper brass plaque emboldened onto the masonry as immediately you could feel the temperature shift in the room down here cooler as a bit of water begins to rapidly leak, drip onto your shoulders, and begins to come through the cracks in the floor above you, in between the wood boards, and it begins to leak its way down here to the basement. The ground is already starting to puddle rapidly within a few seconds. You heard the scream. You heard the shattering of glass. Timer's ticking.
Running out of time. So I'm thinking back on that first vision of the mausoleum. I remember seeing the salt circle in my vision. Does that mean it's on the outside?
No.
Do I see it?
No. What you remember in your vision is that you saw the image of this mausoleum, but the door was opened. The small tomb that you know would go into the wall had been opened, and there was something inside it.
Okay.
Whatever you're looking for is inside the tomb.
Crap. Then I'm going to go to the door very carefully. Mm-hmm. And before I open it, I'm going to kind of check and see if it's like the others, like it's going to make a butt ton of noise.
Go ahead and give me a wits plus investigation.
All right. That would be a 5.
5. You go up to the mausoleum, you begin running your fingers along the indent of the carving of the wall. You could begin to experiment and tinker around. You pull here and there, trying to find some kind of secret button or mechanic. And there's a panic in the back of your mind. This wall is clean, classically made, very well made, if you were here to grieve, you would find that you would think your loved one was given the most benevolent and loving burial to pay your respects to, because this tomb is sealed. You could feel where the lines of the seaming of this space where the tomb would slide in, the seams have been concreted shut.
There's no way in?
No easy way. To a mortal, this vault would have been shut from them. You can feel small little seams where the sealing isn't 100% complete, not airtight, but as you give it a small pull on it, just testing it, this is going to take some muscle to break open. To a mortal, you would need at least a crowbar, bare minimum. You're undead. You might be able to force this open. It's gonna make noise though, and you know your stealth is not going to hide you the moment you pop this open.
I'm gonna send a quick text to both of them.
You quickly light up your phone as you can see water coming down and you have to smudge the screen ever so slightly as that rainbow tricolor reflects back at you from the mist and rain that's coming down in here.
I'm just gonna text. Doing something stupid could use the loud noise right now. And I'm going to send that off, wait a few seconds, and I'm gonna try as fast and as hard as I can to yank that thing open and book it to where I know that circle is gonna be on the inside.
Alrighty. So, before we make you roll for this, as you begin gripping onto the side of this, trying to find a good, sturdy foundation, you brace your foot against the wall to prepare your muscles. Acer, your phone goes off as both of you make it to the back of the cathedral. From where you both currently are, you hear faintly muffled behind the walls of where you guys are standing. You look up, and this would be probably to the back end of the church where a priest would have their private office. The screaming has stopped as the sound of water almost floods everything. But to both of you, and surprising enough to you too now, Acer, you hear the faintest sounds of footsteps careening out. And then another sound as wheels against wood are moved. Very faintly. If that's how it will be, my child, it's time to bring you home. And you swear you can feel the room radiate freezing cold air even out to here. In fact, it feels like this entire area has now just gotten palpably colder as Acer, your phone has gone off.
Alright. She needs a distraction. Guess we got this. And I will quickly go on my phone, bring up a 2-hour track that I have saved of just metal music that he uses when he's making his things. Turn my phone as loud as it can go. Play that sucker. And if we're at the door already, is it open?
As you guys have come around to the back end, you have your phone ready. You look down, there is a large, old-fashioned basement entrance that has been double doors swung open, a bit of moonlight and streetlight peering down into the dark of this small utility room as there is frigid air rushing out of the space. You can even see a thin layer of water already building on the concrete foundation of the ground.
Excellent. I play it. Get it started a little bit, really get to that one point where it just punches through. Then throw my phone in before waiting 2 seconds and charge it in myself.
What are you doing, Grayson? Acer is charged into the dark.
Probably won't mean much, but I'm going to turn on Sense the Unseen, and I'm going to go in after him.
Alright. Acer, you crank your phone as Grayson, your conflicted ally, now behind you, you charge into the darkness with what metal track starts blaring right out of the gate?
You know what? Let's have some fun. I haven't heard Dragon Force in a while.
Oh my god!
Let's go.
It's gonna be like 4 or 5 songs from Dragon Force. Obviously, Through the Fire and Flames is gonna be on there. Heroes of Our Time.
I was hoping for either that or Sabotage.
I was thinking about it. Or Powerwolf.
Yes.
But no, I think Dragon Force is appropriate to his nature right now.
And Through the Fire and Flames immediately begins to kick out into the chorus as Onyx, you brace yourself. Within a few seconds, you hear the old rock begin echoing. You sit there for a moment, question his taste, but it's better than nothing as the audio begins to blare its way through the hall from surprisingly very well-known speakers. But immediately, even though, Grayson, you have your sense of the unseen and your heightened senses, Vaser, even though your senses are sharper, doesn't need much supernatural hearing to feel this chorus of cold breath. You can feel the rush of freezing air to the point where the secret entrance that Onyx had found earlier opens ever so slightly as the pressure force shifted. Both of you know something's coming, but Onyx, you have a distraction.
Okay, so the second I hear that go off, I am going to wait 2 seconds to let them head in that direction, and I'm going to yank that thing open as hard as I can and try to run in.
This is going to be a test of your strength. Are you wanting to rouse for this?
Yeah, why not?
Well, give me a hunger check. You succeed.
No, I do not.
Finally!
Oh, wait,
I
here we go.
bleed from the face.
Okay, I'll go ahead and narrate that in just a moment, but you do have your +2 dice, so this is going to be your strength plus athletics +2. As you dig deep, it's now or never.
Ooh, okay, that's good. Okay, 6.
6 successes total. So, you put your feet up against, you dig in, you push the Vita to your service. As a woman back in the 40s, you would have no business but try to pull off what you're pulling, but that's not where you are now. And you tap into that monstrosity within you. You feel that girl, that punk rocker girl just ready for rebellion. As you look down and see your own reflection pooling on the ground, you just hear, "Get it, girl!" As you just pull everything you have into it, Full Metal style, as viscous vitae begins pooling from the front of your crown down the front of your face. Your fingers and hands slit open as vitae becomes pouring out down your body, pooling around you, drenching you in hot, cold vitae. Your obfuscate failing. As you pull, you feel the veins in your neck begin to stretch to its surface. You feel the tendons begin to strain, and you hear a pull! Another stone breaks. You pull harder, you put your back into it, and the door comes flying. The stone wall shatters off the foundation, flings over your shoulder out of your grip. It slams into the wall behind you, shattering into pieces of marble and stone. You stand there
running.
shaking, and immediately there's the tomb.
Running, sprinting.
It's right in front of you as a mausoleum, kind of like if you were in a mortuary's storage where you'd slide a body into a wall, and it's just a sliding stone cophagus. As you pull it out in front of you and you look inside, the water coming down, seeing a small black and red ornate box. It almost is the size of an old jewelry box from a bygone era. A thick ring of salt around it.
Is the salt ring big? How big is the salt ring?
Just enough to encompass the box.
Okay. I'm gonna grab it.
You grab it, and we'll move over to Crescent. Crescent. The last memory you have in this moment as you take the Molotov with rapid reflexes. You hit straight. You feel it hit your mark the moment it leaves your hands. as the rush of heat flares past it. You turn your head away. In that split second before the sprinklers come down, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm running, and I imagine that I probably already pre-thought of some good hiding spots, knowing that I was going to do this. So I'm probably going to run to the first one that I remember to go to.
So, you would know the layout of the inside of this cathedral as this had been your home. This cathedral has 3 main stories besides Enzo and your former rooms, which would be the tallest turret points of this cathedral. Up on the upper floor, there is the upper worship halls, and there are rooms back there. There is a child's room. There is the chapel house. There is the cathedral's library. There are rooms up there if you move fast enough. Within the main hall, as you rush out of the office into the down the hallway, there are many pews and pillars to try and hide behind. You don't know how long it's going to take for Eleanor to come on your heels because you know it's coming down. You bust out the front of that office door. It swings wide open as the sprinklers immediately come down, drenching you in cool water. Your timer starts ticking. Where are you going?
Is the library, would I know that it has, like, many shelves? Or, like,
It would be like a traditional library. You remember thick wooden bookcases that go up past head level. Many rows, maybe 6 to 8 different rows of bookcases. It's a decent library. It's on the top floor, at the back of the cathedral. It's a bit of a sprint.
Are there many windows in the library?
There are no windows in the library.
What about places up high? Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions.
It's okay. Up high?
Because you know how, like, when we took Wilderness Survival class, it was, like, the amount of times that people actually look up is, like, very minuscule. I kind of want to play into that, so if I can find a place that's kind of up high to hide, I kind of want to play into that a little bit more.
And there is no type of shelving or upper areas to hide on the main floor, but if you run up the stairs, there is the overhead railing where you would have lines of pews for worship. It is a balcony of sorts on each side, the left and right side of the actual cathedral.
Okay, I'm going to go up there.
All right. You immediately begin sprinting up there as fast as you can. As you make your way up those stairways, that slippery stone almost causes you to stagger up the way. You feel that panic begin to bubble up of what you've just done. You just did that. You just firebombed your own sire. And you feel a small part of you break. But then it's immediately replaced by fear. As the room, this entire cathedral, the very stone, begins to grow ice cold. Even with the sound of the water rushing down, you could feel like the breath of death itself is coming down the hallway that you just left. You make it up to the top of the stairway. Are you trying to hide?
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely trying to hide. I also want to make a note of my exits.
From up here, you have 2 windows up here.
Over, I'm assuming.
Did you go towards the left banister, where it's just worship ways, or did you go towards the right banister that could lead deeper into the cathedral if need be?
Well, I'd rather have 2 exits instead of 1, so I'm going to go towards the one that goes deeper into the church.
Okay.
See if I can hide in that area.
Go ahead and give me a stealth plus composure, and you can add your specialty against Kindred in this case.
Sorry, 1 second.
It's okay. There could be a lot of rolls tonight.
2 dice bonus. That is awesome. I will take that.
And as a note, I have a D10 here. You all do not know where this starts, but I will be using it to track down how long you need to survive.
Oh boy! So fun. All right. We're fine, guys.
Super excited about that.
I can tell. All right. 4 successes.
4 successes. I'll keep that in mind. You work yourself to blend in. You get yourself down low.
Really quick, can I actually do willpower on that?
Go ahead and take a point of willpower damage.
Just because a majority of it is on my blood dice, so I might as well try. Willpower damage. Additional 1 success, so 5 successes.
5 successes. Good to know.
I'll take it. 1 dice can make a difference.
Yes, it can.
So, with 5 successes, you make your way up along the railing and you stop, trying to quiet yourself. You get down low, as Eleanor had taught you. A stealthy killer in the dark, who whirled around you as steady black and white with a rain-like haze over everything. You get down, you begin to hug your way along the banister, moving ever so slowly before finally coming to a spot right by the banister so you can see over the main edge. Your visage hidden in darkness as that natural shadow cloak hugs around you. What you see before you is terrifying. You watch just from the hallway view to sprint of him. You expect to see Eleanor's gracious form bathed in a beautiful dark gown of starlight to just come calmly walking in. You expect to see flesh charred with alcohol-induced flame. That's not what you see. What you see through the darkness is oblivion. Like inky darkness begins to come around the corner, even your supernatural sight, you don't see through it. You hear the sounds of footsteps, heels against stone, as they clip one after another. You watch as this darkness, this living shadow, begins to tendrilize its way out around the corner, as if the very being of this creature hugs against the walls and every visible surface. You see a feminine silhouette bathed in inky blackness. It's just a void where a person should stand. You could hear its footsteps as tendrils of shadow reach outward in front of it and all around it. It's like this spot where light could be is swallowed up endlessly. As it steps into the main worship hall, it slithers and slides through the main hall into the center of the aisle, past the pews, the air growing even colder.
There's still a chance.
You watch as this form manifests itself through the air, never quite touching the ground, never quite blending into the space. It sends the hair on your arms and along your neck just on edge. This is Eleanor's tenebrous form. This is her living shadow, as you can see the silhouette's head turn and scan the upper balconies. Her voice echoes out, as if multiple layers of her own voice at different octaves trill over each other. My daughter, why do you hide? Why do you lie? Come out now, and all will be forgiven. Come out now, and your punishment will be merciful. Do you stay where you are?
Oh, yeah.
Good freaking choice.
Yes, I want to come out. No.
Crescent, you suddenly hear the sound of heavy metal. Well, classic metal, to say the least, for Blue's case, because she's looking mad at me. Begin to ring out from the basement, underlying the sound of the sprinkler system. Then moments later, the loud sound of stone shattering, and the head snaps to the side.
Shit. We brought the cavalry.
Yeah, I think in my mind I'm assuming, oh great, cavalry's here. That's not good.
So that's how it's going to be. That's what you've decided. After everything I've done for you. After I pulled you back from the brink and made you what you are. This is your thanks. Ungrateful child. Fine. So be it. After all, it's the fate of all mothers to have their hearts broken. Crescent, I know you are there, and just know that what I do is with a heavy heart, but in time, you will come to understand. Just remember, And the voice drops several octaves lower, as if you could take nails in a blender and give it a voice. I gave you a chance. The form, this amorphous shadow, begins to pulse as those tendrils begin to elongate. The body snaps back. Limbs begin to crack and stretch. The shadow begins to loom longer and elongated, dysmorphized. It begins to quickly and rapidly take on no discernible shape. Replaced is this amorphous coalition of tangling shadows. And you watch as the cathedral grows ever darker. As we pack on over to Grayson and Acer, you guys make your way down to the bottom of the utility basement, this humble room of stone and shelves. Acer and Grayson, you quickly see within just taking your surroundings, ready for bear, there are shelves of debris with maintenance supplies of some kind. You can hear the sound of a generator whirling, a pump pushing water through the pipe systems, but it all pales to the frigid air that blasts through this room. As Grayson, you see before it happens, immediately within the room, Acer, you feel the rush of air blow past your hair as you're immediately both of you surrounded. Grayson, you watch as those wraiths now surround you as a group. It really doesn't need to be used long. As Acer, you watch as slowly from the darkness, as soon as the air buffets the both of you, both go back to back instead of reaction. Those forms begin to manifest within themselves. As you can see soon, those three wraiths, a woman, her face twisted and twitching with pain and anger. Another man, younger, his body convulsing and struggles to maintain itself as it jerks awkwardly. And the same man that looked at Crescent, the man of Arya's father, the one who holds so much anger to your friend, is standing at the center, his eyes wide, his teeth gnashing. Leave now.
Pull the salt out of my hand, like, enough. Suffering will be gone soon. You will be able to leave and pass on.
You get a handful of salt, the tire iron comes out. The ghosts immediately spring into action as they're on top of you in a moment's notice. I need... All right, in this moment, as tension breaks, Grayson, what are you doing as well?
I putting the salt around as quick as I can.
Hurry, I've got a box!
I have the Supernatural theme song playing. I don't know why.
So, Acer, this is going to be for this, strength plus melee. Grayson, you're flinging this up. This is going to be, honestly, I'll consider this Dex. You know what? Let's give this a Dex plus brawl. You're flinging salt as pocket sand. We're going to do Dex plus brawl.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it. Just like, gone.
That's not great. I'm gonna use a willpower just because I need to test and see if this will actually work.
Okay, you burn a willpower to reroll. Remember, your potency is for rousing the blood. And level 1 disciplines.
But I still only get one, right?
With your potency at 1, when you rouse, you get 2 dice. And you can now re-roll your rouse check on level 1 disciplines.
I don't have a discipline on me. Okay, you know what? Just for fun, I'm rouse.
Rouse.
Just to have that experience.
So at level 1,
level 1 potency, you could search for 2 dice.
Is that what I did and I got 2? But I'm a level 2. Is there no difference
at level
between level 1 and 2?
At level 2 potency, it's still only 2 dice.
Okay, that's the question I had.
Yes.
We good.
I know, a lot of mechanics flying around. You succeed?
I get 2 die.
Ace, you said you succeed?
I like this potency. Hold up here a bit.
Oh.
We can fix that.
Not so bad being full kindred, is it, Thin Blood?
No, it's still a curse. I don't like the potency. I don't like the extra die. I like
There's no talking to this guy. There's just nothing.
And Grayson,
hold in my box.
Dex plus brawl as well.
I got 4.
4, okay.
That's a crit on my end for a total of 7.
So,
I jumped from 3 to 7.
Hey!
Oh.
welcome to being a full vampire for a night, my friend. So this is what happens. In a flurry of motion, Grayson, 2 immediately, the one flanking you, comes straight on you as you come flung out this string of salt. It doesn't hurt them. But as they come in, they are corporeal. They come with these bone-like talons. They come straight down top of you, eyes wide with fury. You lean back and immediately the salt comes out and it nails them straight in the face in this cloud of salt and mud. You see it burns and sizzles across their form. It causes them to stagger back just for a moment. Doesn't seem to cause damage, but straddles them backwards, clutching with fear and anger. You turn to Acer real quick as the large of the race comes down on top of him. You can see his hand pointed to a killing strike, going straight for Acer's chest. Acer, time moves to a crawl. Seconds become days as you just clutch that tire iron tight. You feel the metal begin to bend into your grip as your arms flex and like hard lightning straight across the center, faster than you can blink. You feel you put all this force behind this tire iron and it cleaves straight through the race, bisecting it from one end. And it this is away for a moment where it recoalesces a few steps away, and you can see there's a hardened char mark across his form, the iron touching spiritual flesh.
Grayson.
Then the
Iron
sound
works on them.
And then the sound of stone shatters, and the lead race spins its head and takes off down the corridor.
Crap.
Grayson, you still see there are 2 more specters that begin to coalesce around the group. Made a grave ever coming here. You should have stayed away. As these voices begin to coalesce and bounce off of each other. What are you both doing at this moment as the lead one has taken off?
Are the 2 surrounding us, or specifically just one person?
Both of you. They're circling you in this very tight room.
Okay.
Settling the round of conflict, that was their go.
What's our surroundings right now?
Looking around quickly in this quick of a moment, you have a decent wits. You can see hard stone wall. There's a section of wall that doesn't line flush with it, almost like there's a lip poking through, like a part of like a rotational door almost. This wall has leaned off at a slight angle that doesn't quite flush with the rest of the room. You see there are shelves and maintenance equipment, basic types of carpentry and maintenance work. You can see behind you, quickly glancing over, there's a massive water pump that is pumping hard as you can see liquid being pushed through the plastic portions of the machinery into metal copper pipes. It seems that at first glance a basic utility room, but it seems Onyx may have found a secret entrance and it dislodged itself in the gust.
Okay. We'll relay that to Grayson and just be like, well, 1 foot that way. I think that's where we go next. However, some carpentry tools over there. I'm betting they're made out of iron too, if we can get to them.
What do you think? Me grab door? You go for those?
Done deal. And I'm going to go for the carpentry tools, but if there is a specter in front of me, I'll swing at it as I run by.
Okay, so go give me another strength plus melee. Grayson, what are you doing? I would consider this a maneuver if you're trying to sidestep around them.
Yes, I'm going to go for the section of wall that he pointed out.
Are you just charging recklessly, or are you trying to feint them out?
I'm not the most dexterous when it comes to that, but I'm going for that wall. It's a heading. So
you're just charging and protecting yourself?
Yes, I'm trying to protect myself.
As you immediately move past, you charge straight at the specter, and it realizes real quickly as your eyes are not focused on it, and you begin to sidestep around it and cover yourself for protection. You feel that rush of cold air as you can see at your peripherals, bony hands try to grab onto your shoulders and grab you. This is going to be for you to dodge its grapple. This is going to be a dexterity plus athletics.
I don't think I'm very good at it. We will see. Yep.
I got you.
How many you get? 3?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it this time. I don't want to scare the rouse.
I'll take a rouse if I can.
You give me a hunger check.
Not hungry.
Calm under pressure this crew has become.
Except me.
We'll see. You're not quite crazy yet. Terrifying, yes.
I mean, I'm always crazy. That's my secret.
That's true.
Going a little Bloody Mary on us right now. Is that a +1 die or?
You're +2 because you're potency 1.
Got it. Nope, still got 3.
3 successes. So, Grayson, as you come barreling through, you feel those bony talons grab into the front of your jacket. You feel those pointed talons begin to claw in, and you give a hard elbow to your left as you feel your actual elbow make contact with hard bone. The creature hisses and pulls back as it just tears away at the fabric. You sliding on by, careening through. That's another outfit that Acer owes you.
Consider that part of the tab. Hey, to him.
You immediately just shoulder check into the wall, and the door just slams wide open and spins as you go careening down the hall. Acer, you're unfortunately not so lucky this time. As you go moving in to make a strike, the Spectre catches the iron and wrenches your arm sideways. You feel your elbow popping up the side as a bony talon goes straight into your gut. You can feel sharpened fingertips go straight through and out the other side, and that hurts. 2 points of superficial damage.
Thank you.
It pulls you in close. Your arm is wrenched off the side as you come face to face with just this sunken in, peeling face of pain and agony as this young, at one point could have been a young man's face, just twisted into this feral frenzy, its eyes boring down to you. Go ahead and move over to Onyx as you, unfortunately, Acer, could not reach the shelf. Onyx, you pull the box out. You have it. What do you want to do with it?
Is it openable?
You begin fiddling with it. The lid doesn't seem like it wants to come off.
Okay.
Here, as you're moving around, though, as you begin to try to figure a way to open it, there's something inside, clinging around like it's metallic.
Okay, what's the box made out of again?
It appears to be made out of some kind of wood, maybe some metal inlay. It seems to be very artistically made, very well crafted,
cool.
Old-fashioned.
I'm gonna smash it against the inside of the tomb.
Go ahead and give me a strength plus athletics as you just put down as much force as you can. Your hair is sticking. Well, actually, you don't have any hair right now. Your skin just sticky, mixed with the wetness of the blood coming down the front of your outfit, staining the inside of your jacket, staining your outfit, and beginning to pool all around you.
5.
5 successes. Check. I will ask, are you happy with 5?
Oh.
And in the split moment, as you rear your hand back, you feel a rush of cold air coming upon your neck as something is charging you.
Then no, I don't like you the way you said that, so no, I'm not.
Do you want to rouse or use willpower?
Is there stuff in the bag?
So I'll give you options. Your options are as this. You can roll willpower to try and roll higher. You could try risking rousing again to get up some bonus dice. You could pull from a blood bag, or in this case, I'll let you succeed at a cost. The cost? Whatever just came up on you is going to get to do something before you're able to get this box out. The box will be destroyed and shattered upon the floor. Whatever contents inside will be spilled out safely. However, not before something gets to do something to you.
Okay, willpower first.
Okay. Go ahead, take another point of willpower damage.
Cool. I'm doing fine with that. It's fine.
You have 3 willpower left, so I wouldn't say that.
Shush. Okay. I know I'm not great with willpower, but, you know.
You got what you have.
Okay. Well, that gives me 1 more.
So you have total.
Is that all I can do?
You have total 6 successes now?
Yeah.
That beats with a margin of 1.
Okay.
As you rear up, you feel this frigid cold air, and you peek over as you can see the bored anger face of that same specter that terrified you to your core before. Its eyes barreled down like it's about to grab you around the shoulders and spin you around. You feel the icy touch begin to just barely caress your shoulders as wham! You hear the sound of stone and metal and wood just shattering as the box hit the ground. And then king. Something hits the ground and bounces all over the place. And now we move back to Crescent. As a round ticks down.
Everything's fine.
As you're watching this amorphous shape, I'll say you have seen this before. It's much more terrifying than the last time you've seen it. But the closest thing you've seen make a form like this, taking away the fact you've never seen Eleanor's avatar and her shadow like this, but the form she's taking, it's eerily similar to Enzo's arms of Haridar. His shadowy tendrils given physical form. And Eleanor is focusing on conjuring this ability in her state.
She's focused on conjuring it at the moment?
You remember in the times that you've had to spar with Enzo, practicing your craft, when he would pull this on you, there is a small window where he cannot do anything else but focus on this just for a moment. Leaves him open, but you're not sure if that's a vulnerability that Eleanor currently has in her given form right now. She has not told you much about this, her talents, or what she can do. She purposely kept it out of your mind, and now you can see why. You do know, though, that the moment those arms come out, she doesn't need to move from that spot to find and search for anyone she wants. They're extensions of herself if she wants it.
Okay.
If you want to keep trying to just hide where you are, you can. It appears that she is unaware of where you are exactly, as you have initiated a game of cat and mouse with her. You could risk moving. You could just simply stay. It's not the most eventful for you, I understand. But you are trying to buy time. And you have no idea what your coterie mates below the surface has now suddenly decided to do.
Well, her focus is on me, so that's what I care about. I'm just gonna keep hiding, and I'm gonna go all-out defense.
Okay. I'll say for this, are you just trying to stay in the same spot, or are you going to move?
I don't think it's wise for me to try and move, especially when the spot seems to be working, but I don't know how much I would know about the arms, and if it's just a lost cause just to hide anyway.
Okay, I'll say for this, we're kind of pulling from D&D a little bit, you are readying yourself to dodge if you have to.
Yes. Yeah, all out defense.
Okay. So, you tuck yourself low and your muscles tighten as you just wait. You pray she doesn't know where you are. You pray that she doesn't find you. But you're ready to move if you have to. At this point, the water is coming down. It is soaked into the furniture. It's soaked into the tapestries. All sources of light and fire have been extinguished within this space. It is pooling off the banister onto the main hall, dripping into the lowest bowels of the cathedral itself. You just think, please, please, come on, faster, faster, faster. Moving to Eleonora. The amorphous form tightens as her silhouette returns. But now you watch as inking blackness like serpentine snakes begin to crawl its way along the balconies, along the pillars, along the pews, like tendrils stretching as far and in every direction, a pure eldritch horror to be behold, a fearful and terrifying presence. As now you can see multiple of these appendages just like an octopus prodding into corners of the space anywhere it can find, slithering through cracks. You watch to your right, you actually see a tendril just slide across the ground by one of the pews, reaching ever further like a sensory organ, looking for its prey. She's going to see if she can find you again. She'll even rouse for this one.
That's a great reaction.
right next to you, Crescent, as you feel the wind blast past your hair. The wooden railing, inches from where you're hiding, down to the concrete of the actual banister, shatters as a massive tendril slams through like an arcing cleave, breaking through stone, smashing through the woodwork, slamming down right next to you. It slinks in the opposite direction of you, reaching and grabbing and flinging a pew off against the wall, shattering to splinters. The tendril pulls away, narrowly missing you. Come out, my child. The longer you make me wait, the worse off this will be for you. I will find you. Those friends of yours underneath me, I will make you watch as I bleed each of them dry. I think I'll start with that that you so foolishly protect. I think I'll make you watch as I rip his head from his shoulders, as you hear the sound of the organ hit a sinister chord, as you look over and see some of the tendrils have reached over, pressing several keys upon the organ. As something has shifted beneath you, you feel something mechanical shift through the cathedral. It seems Eleanor's horde has joined the fray.
Oh, yay. That's what we wanted.
Moving back, as we continue to count down to Grayson and Acer. Grayson, you have torn yourself away. You were charging down this hallway, immediately looking to your left and right. It ends at a dead end, but there is an iron door to your left with about maybe 5 or 6 just deadbolt locks. And to your right, a bit of tapestry has been pulled over the side. You can smell, between the mix of water that's now begun to flood at your feet, you can see coagulated blood reinvigorated, reconstituted from the rain water pouring down below you, or the sprinkler water coming above you. It's now begun to pool into the hallway towards you. It's foul. It's stale and it's foul. But your hunger is currently only at 2, and it poses no penalty against you. But that is old and it's rancid. Like all kinds of filth that begin to wash down. Then you feel and hear above you that slide of wood against stone, that familiar sound of Eleanor's pets shambling and falling over themselves. You quickly hear multiple footsteps, more than 6, at least a dozen. But there's a tapestry to your right. You can go through to another room. There's the iron door to your left. You can barely make out the sound of stifled, panicked screams. People in fear, people in panic. It seems behind that iron door is where Eleanor keeps her ammo, so to speak.
Yeah, yell at them all, "Hey, sir, you're here."
Kind of busy.
As you hear the sickening sound of flesh clack. That probably hurt a lot.
So there's the door, and then there's the iron, and then there's the big door.
There's the iron door that is locked from your side. You could unlock it. There's also an open entryway with just even a slight tapestry barely blocking it. It's meant purely for decoration. You could easily charge through it if you had to, deeper into the basement if you have to.
She didn't say anything about this.
I'll actually yell out, and I'll just be like, "Find the people! Hurry!"
I go up to the iron door. You said you can unlock it?
You can. The deadbolts are on your side. It's meant to keep things in, not out.
Yes. I'm get them all.
You immediately, rapid reflexes, if you want to use that even, pull that undo the bolts, and the door slams right open. It slams against the wall as you step inside.
Can I see anything?
It's a bit of moonlight pouring in through very small windows, no bigger than maybe a square foot. You look around the floor immediately, you don't see anything in the open entryway.
Don't see any ruins or anything?
No magic.
It's reassuring, I think. Hello? Is there anybody there?
Immediately you hear the sound of rattling bars. Help us! Help! Please! Please get us out! Call the cops! Call the fucking cops! This bitch is crazy! Get us out! Shut up! It might be down. Help us! Help! Help!
Quiet. Just talk quietly. Let me know where you are. I'll make my way over to you, and I'll make my way towards the voices.
step into the room. It's not an elaborate room, and there is a small bit of dim moonlight peering in through small openings, about 3 openings. It would not be big enough for a person to slip through. There are small bits of ventilation bars. As moonlight pulls in, it is the small bits of you that still has humanity. You're at 6. It's still bothers. There's no reason to keep people like this. As you walk into a horror scene, there is dried blood caked across a linoleum floor. There is filth and excrement leaking through the underneath of rusty, degraded cells, as you can see 8 different cells of this open-aired cell with bars facing the only escape route, and you see people huddling together. They are emaciated. They are petrified. Their eyes sunken in of lack of sleep and nutrition. They are filthy, greasy faces and matted hair clinging up to the bars, looking at you wide-eyed. Some, the more braver ones, are reaching out toward you, pleading in a silent scream. Others holding each other, hiding and veering away from you in the corner out of just sheer terror. There are bruises all over them as there are chains bound around their wrists. You can see numerous cut marks across exposed flesh. You can see hair that's been matted, some falled out. Other people that have been ripped off the side of their head as there's pieces of fresh wounds along their faces. These people have been neglected is an understatement. These people have been brutalized in their hold here, forgotten, terrified, beyond all sensible reason. See one man, gauntly emaciated. You recognize him. You recognize this man. He used to be in the old center a long time ago. He was a homeless man, had the brightest smile, the greatest stories. He'd always find you books as payment, as he had no money. But now, his cheeks are sunken in. You could see his skeletal structure as he just leans against the bar and his eyes go wide. You can't. No more illusions. No more nightmares. You are dead.
I put my finger up to my mouth.
No. If there is a God, please don't let this be a trick. Please get us out. Please.
I am here to help. Let's not talk now.
You trying to dominate him? Or just convince them?
How dark is it in the room?
There's enough light he can see you. You're not
go up to him.
Completely hidden, but you are wearing your mask. Actually, I'm not the reason that you're wearing your mask. I forgot.
I am. I came out prepared.
So, roll that back. This individual does not see your face, does not know who you are. Only sees your eyes as the second portion, as he pleads for your assistance, does leave his mouth. His hands are shaking and frail as he reaches towards you, beckoning you, please hurry, before those things come back.
Please, do you know of any keys here?
No keys. She would have them. She would take us one by one. The screams, just please get us out before she comes back. Please, hurry, please.
All right. I'm gonna look. What kind of locks around the cages?
Go ahead and give me a wisp of awareness.
It's... Hey, not bad. Not bad. Okay, 3 successes.
3 successes. These locks are fairly heavy duty, but they're mechanical in nature. About as kin as to standard jail doors. There's a simple lock and tumbler, probably heavy-duty metal on the inside. You don't see any type of magic or any type of warding on these locks. It appears that most likely this was not Eleanor's strong suit, and probably did not make enough friends in the Chantry to have extra assurance.
All right. And I'm going to... They all hey, everyone, back away from the bars. Back away and don't look. It's dangerous.
Immediately, people, they no role necessary. These people are terrified. They immediately start covering themselves, cover their eyes, and crowd up against the wall, just petrified of your very presence. They seems they're not even sure if this is even real.
And I'll use my Vitae to start melting the lock. Is there like a keyhole? Or is there, you said there's a lock, is there like a part for a key underneath it?
It would be you stick into the actual mechanism yourself with metal plating protecting the open sides. It is an open keyhole if you want to try and force it in. But I will say your intelligence is very high. The moment you begin to start working on that Vitae, you look up. You look at your skin that's glistening. There's water coming down above you. You're not sure how effective acid might be as it gets diluted. It might take a long time.
I'm going to try and rip the lock off.
You're just going to try and just rip the bars straight?
Either the bars or the lock. Or can I see if I can bend the bars enough for them to slip out as they said they're gangly?
You can certainly try. Go ahead and give me a strength plus athletics. Do you want any dice? You want to rouse? Do you want to do anything to help with that?
You said strength. Yeah, I do want to rouse.
Give me a rouse check.
All right, here it comes.
You don't need a break up.
Okay, not getting hungry. Okay.
Your hunger stays intact. You add 2 dice.
All right, we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 successes. You come up, you begin to try and do a little bit of Vitae, but it's not going to take long. No time, and you just put yourself in it. Grit. The metal screeches against your muscles as you feel the bars give way. And there's a small opening. It's not very big. It's one you might be able to squeeze through. People might be able to squeeze through this.
Hey, everyone. Start going through, see if you can.
So, really, as people look up to see you, they start funneling, and the thinner ones begin to lead themselves out, one after another, into the room. We'll hold off on you as we come back in just a moment and move to Acer. What are you doing?
Since he's going after the people, I gotta make sure that I clear way for when they come out, so...
You currently are a little bit preoccupied as there's one specter in front of you, and in your pain, you spin around to see that the other specter has turned its back away from you and is looking down the hallway as well.
I will attack that one then.
You wrench yourself away as you spin around the crowbar and go swinging toward the one behind it. Go ahead and give me another strengthless melee.
Hoping this guy's just not paying attention. That's a 4.
4 successes. He's actually not aware you're about to do that. He was focused on something else. So as you spin around, you feel that crowbar come down like a lightning flash on Hard Skull, version of 3. As it just cracks against Hard Skull, it immediately spins around looking back at you, just wide-eyed. They're both coming down on top of you now.
Alright, let's go.
First one. You gonna defend yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna counter.
You're gonna counter. It's gonna strengthen melee.
Four
successes. You spin around just in time, expecting a reaction as you duck down low as that massive talon comes swiping right over your head and comes straight up. Margin of 1. Snaps the skull back to the side as the one behind you is also going in for an attack. You can try and you can retaliate again, but you're going to lose a die as you are fending off multiple attackers.
That is fine. I will counter again. My tiny little tire iron. I'm using as much kendo knowledge as I can with this tiny little tire iron.
Well, go ahead and make another strength plus melee, but minus a die.
3.
That ash in your blood must be doing something as time around you just seems to have shifted. You're seeing everything with such clarity, such precision. This is how Crescent feels all the time. No wonder there's a temptation For as that second one comes around, it doesn't even have time to even get close enough to you for as it recovers, and you smack it right across the face. You see as a spectral jaw flies off the hinges and disappears into darkness. You feel bone cracking with your fists. You feel so powerful. As you are holding off these specters on your own, you are making a difference on your own for once. So we move ourselves over to Onyx. You spin around as the specter has reappeared right in front of you, wide-eyed. This shiny metal brass. You look down, petrified at what it might do as it's right in your face. How do you react?
Is the item that fell out near me?
Yes. Your wits is fairly high, but his thing is not just item, it's items. As you look around, just glancing, you see small pieces of metal littering the ground amongst the shards of the box, and those are bullet casings. Those are 9mm round casings. 3 of them. As they just lay upon the ground, these clicks. Crescent's an assassin. Crescent was coming after your target. Eleonora sent her. These must be important to her. The ghosts must be important to her. Whatever she was doing, she was collecting the casings that Crescent would leave behind from her gun.
Cool. If it's right up in my face, I'm just gonna go like, hey. It's open. They're open. Is there any way to let you go? I don't know. You're free, I guess. Can I help?
Go ahead.
Sure, you don't really want to serve the psycho crazy lady anymore.
Just drenched in blood, eyes wide, you put your hands up in fealty. Just
psycho crazy lady.
The ghost stares at you. Go ahead and give me a charisma plus persuasion.
Oh, I like charisma.
Psycho crazy lady, says the psycho crazy lady.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Those sunken-in sockets look at you. The face just torn back in rage. You can see the full pulp of its molars, its bared human teeth filtering through an expression of pain and agony as its head slowly looks down. It stays there, frozen, before it slowly begins to reach down towards the ground by your foot.
Mm-hmm.
And it picks up one of the shells and holds it up to its face. There's a light in its eyes as it looks back at you. The shadow begins to melt away, and you see it morphs into a semi-translucent form of a man, of silver ethereal light. His face is sad. No longer this monstrosity, just whatever is left of the man before it. As you watch as the casing sizzles away to flecks of metal dust. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free.
Congratulations.
It's gone.
Cool. Can you tell your friends?
He looks to you. We are all free.
Good.
At that exact moment, actually, Acer distracted. Never mind. Acer, you watch as you are in the middle of both these groups. As you're ready to strike again, they come in for both a twinning strike straight towards you. You flinch, ready to react, and they just float off. Almost amorphous. The shadow just blankets away, washed away by the water that coalesced around you as you see just ethereal, semi-transparent people that look at their hands, look at themselves. They touch their chests as they hover in air. Just and they look to you, just dumbfounded and confused.
To them, dumbfounded and confused.
And fade away.
And I'm gonna go for those tools.
As they're going for tools, as Onyx, you look to the one in front of you. Its hand now empty. Don't let her live. She's done enough.
We're working on that.
Best of luck to you. He just nods his head and fades away. The wraiths are gone.
I'm not wasting any time, and I am gonna try and find my way up, I guess, or out.
The only way out is the way you came.
Yep, through all the creepy crap. Okay, let's go.
You begin immediately sprinting your way through. Luckily, the emergency rain that's come down from the top of the flooring itself has washed away much of the blood and ilk, even though you're starving. You're so thirsty. You could probably kill a small animal at this point of how hungry you are. As you come bolting around the corner, you can hear the sounds of those metal bars breaking as that iron door is wide open. You hear the sound of Grayson's voice. As well as Ace go, "Thank you."
I'm gonna shout, "You're welcome!" I'm bursting in. Yeah, well, I don't really look like me right now, but...
As you hear the voice of Onyx, she comes flying out the corner, and holy shit, she's covered in blood! She is just drenched in blood and dust and grime. Her hair is shaved down, her eyes are half crazed, her fangs are out. She looks like a mess!
Wow. The boss, I'm assuming.
I think I got the spooks. We need to go help Crescent. You got the people?
Yep, I got the people. Okay.
I don't think it's relevant. I'm gonna keep running.
As soon as I grab the tools, I'm gonna go towards Grayson and see if I can help any.
Perfect enough. You go rushing your way past Onyx. Onyx, what are you doing in this moment?
Okay, they've got the people under control. It's open.
Acer is charging after Grayson. You haven't seen the people come out yet, but it appears they're on it.
Okay, we don't have a whole lot of time. I'm gonna check in real quick. I'll peek through the door.
You're gonna peek through the door? Alright, so as that is taking place, we're gonna move our way back to Crescent. As that tendril has slicked itself back. Still no gas, it's still just water. It's so much water. Come on, come on, come on. You're still in your space. That was very close.
Where is her attention right now?
Currently, her attention is everywhere. As her head is snapping around in all directions frantically, she is waving her spectral hand as an appendage just from the corner suddenly apparates and clears out all the pews on the opposite side of the balcony. Good thing you weren't on that side. As she's going this frantically, statues are being knocked over, cracks are being laid into the wall. She is making a mess of this cathedral. She is willing to tear it down to find you. And then her head snaps to the side. As you see the shape of her head, look down. You lying, deceitful, I told you to stay out of my way! Seems something has just pissed her off.
Do I get the impression that she's gonna go down?
Give me a wits plus insight.
I mean, I've been with her 20 years, so... wits, insight... It's only 2 successes, but, if I rouse, I'm risking 4. Yeah, I'll rouse.
Just go ahead and rouse check.
Success!
You all are running very dangerous lines tonight.
Alright, I will take it. I don't care. That's 3 additional dice. I am just... And that is 2 different. So 4 successes.
4 successes. People are throwing in the points to get to see what climactic big roll we could throw in the night. 4 successes. You know her ultimate goal is to get a hold of you, but something has just definitely got her attention. You don't know what your coterie is doing in the basement. You have no clue of what they found down there, but whatever it did just got her attention and just royally pissed her off.
So, since she doesn't know where I am, if I were to, let's say, shoot, would that be a surprise attack?
I would say at this moment, you have been hidden long enough where whatever attack you would hit her with would catch her off guard. So I would say, technically, yes, this would be a quote-unquote sneak attack.
Sorry, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to kind of come out of my hiding spot and shoot down at her.
All right.
Because I don't need the attention on them.
Okay. What do you say as you spin out and fire your gun?
I'm not saying anything.
You whip a round out from your high spot, fire off several rounds, gunshots echo through the water as you know you hit your mark. But your blood runs cold as you watch as bullets just harmlessly pass through her.
Right, I should have remembered that. Oh, fuck.
The body straightens up.
Distracted.
The eyes spin to you as the tendrils all move to your location. Got her attention! There you are. Good. Nice try. There's a reason why I didn't teach you everything that you were ready to understand yet.
She has me? Or
she's looking at you. It's still your turn.
Oh, I'm booking it. Let's go.
Where are you going?
I haven't used the discipline yet, so rapid reflex. Let's go.
Rapid reflexes, you begin moving. I'll say for this, she is going to try and react and grab you.
Yeah, that's expected.
Oh. I need to check on Arms of Hariman.
Sorry, guys.
So nice. Look at that.
She is going to burn a point of willpower for a reroll.
Oh, yay. I love hearing that.
As you with rapid reflexes gives you the opportunity to dodge this. This would be for you. Let me see here. Lots of things are happening. This is where I know things. I'll say this. This is just going to be straight up dodging, so dexterity plus athletics. And
you said dexterity athletics?
Yep, dexterity athletics, and she's going to rouse for this as well. She does get a little hungrier.
Unless there's crits. Okay, I will take that.
Are you happy with your roll?
Use some stuff to not die, please.
You know what?
You can always rouse. You can always pull from the blood bag.
You know, this would be a moment, and Eleanor is efficient. I'm going to pull 4 dice out of the blood bag.
Okay, alright. Auntie is now upped.
Yep, do it. Girl.
Okay, but I can only do it once per session, so...
Yeah, you
for it.
You only get one, so use it wisely.
Are you willing to get caught right now?
Fair point.
Yeah. I don't think this is one you want to take for the team, girly.
I'm pulling 5.
She pulls 5.
I like it.
Remember, these are considered hunger dice.
Yes, I'm aware. That's as high as I can get it. That's as high as I got.
Okay.
All right. Are you gonna do anything else? I don't think you've burnt willpower yet. I don't think you've roused either.
Fuck it, why not? Let's rouse.
Give me a rouse check.
Are you not? What did you roll that you're not happy with? Oh my god.
It's not that I'm not happy. It's just okay, success.
Another success. You guys are really riding your luck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just gonna run out real quick. That's 3 additional.
Play bad!
Or bad.
Are you happy with your roll?
I'm scared, but it's pretty high, so I'm gonna stick with it. I might as well.
All right, I call. How many?
12.
12 successes.
Oh.
Oh, wow, wow. I think that's our first critical success of the entire game itself. No messy crits?
No messy crits. Just one. Literally, I had the 2 crits that were on my regular dice, and that's it.
This changes things.
Oh no.
I need to check something now.
Oh god!
Oh god.
Holy crap.
I'm breathing so heavily.
Crescent, as I count down this round to Eleonora, I need to make a check for her, as thanks to your 12 successes, she suffers a bestial failure because I pulled from the bag. She rolled 6 successes, and you rolled 12, meaning that she failed, equating to a bestial failure. I need to check something.
I should have kept my original. Damn.
Part about horror, you want to make sure about things.
Well, I mean, my original was 6, so... And then it went up to 10, and then it went up to 12 with the rouse.
So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's got a pretty good chance. 6 and... Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Boy.
Oh
Right,
god.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
It's
Oh god.
on.
Oh god. I don't like this at all.
So this is what happens, Crescent. Where are you going to, by the way, as you are dodging, as you see to your right in this split moment, time slows down to a creeping halt as if your supernatural perception is able to see it coming as a massive tendril coalesces on the far wall and like a spear becomes coming straight toward you. It slows down and you know it's coming straight for you. How do you react? How do you dodge out of the way of this?
Imagine I just dodge. I don't have any special dodginess. Just
I got you. As the tentacle comes, right? And about to grab you, you leap forward and make yourself as small as possible and slip straight through as it, like, clutches down and grabs nothing but air, and you land on the other side. Boom. You're welcome.
Thank you.
In this moment of acrobatics, you leap forward, twist your body gymnastically like you're doing a high jump, and coalesce over it. You feel the wind rocket straight past you. You see a little bit of hair slice off as it barely nicks across sharpened shadow and careens in the wall behind you, cratering it as it completely smashes through not 1, not 2, but 3 pillars onto the other side. You land on the pew. You look down at Eleonora, racing into a rent-to-run sprint. Her eyes lock onto you, and the small little blips of white begin to flare with a bright red. And you hear an unearthly sound as you know that feeling in yourself. You know that anger. She has slipped into a fury. She is now Fury Frenzy. What are you doing? You're still moving.
What would I know of the hallway area that I just entered? What is around?
You know, moving deeper down into it, it is just a door on one side that leads into the chapel house.
That's it? Does the chapel house have windows?
It does not. You know the back of this building does not have windows.
There's no place that has windows that I can go.
Mm-mm. Within the back of the church, there is no windows. There's no windows in the chapel house. There's no windows in the library. There are no windows in the daycare. And you know she's coming now. If you wanted her attention, you definitely got it.
I'm not getting out of this. Oh.
I will say you're smart enough. If you try to escape now as well, you know that fury. Everyone's in danger. Everyone. It's still raining. It's not gas yet.
I can't keep trying to dodge her, though. Is she corporeal or is she still in her avatar?
She's still in her avatar. A blinding tornado of shadow and rage, but she's still in her form. Go ahead and think on it. I'll grant you the mercy of that insane roll as we take a small intermission.
Thanks.
And we are back. As a small little awareness, our resident Thinbud had to step out for a moment. He will be rushing back to us as fast as possible, so we'll just have to deal with it. But moving back into our situation here as... Crescent, have you decided what you want to do? It's the tail end of your turn.
I'm going to stay within the room and dodge whatever she throws at me, but I would also like to activate toughness. So I know that's a rouse check.
Have you used a discipline this turn already? I don't remember. I believe you used rapid reflexes.
This is the previous one.
That was the...
To dodge the tendril that came after you?
That was the previous turn.
Yeah, that was the previous one.
Okay, go for it then. Okay. I'm just making sure, trying to keep things straight.
All good. There's a lot going on. We're helping.
It is.
I'm taking the higher roll, 1 success, so I'm good on that.
Do not get hungry as you brace your skin for damage as the Vitae surge to give you marble-like flesh. Toughen up. Eleanor's turn.
Staying within the room, gonna try and dodge.
You stare her down as her entire form looks to you. The tendrils flare out. Crescent, 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 Crescent. You have disappointed me so much. I had so much faith in you. As her voice just warps and twists through the air.
That makes two of us.
Her head cracks to the side. It's time for you to be punished now. As a torrent of tendrils come flying straight towards you.
I'm dodging. I can't use rapid reflexes because I already did toughness, so I'm just regular dodge.
It's on her turn. You can't use a discipline. Actually, no, you're right. We do that in round space. You're right. I'm thinking D&D in my head.
I know. D&D mechanics, get out.
She's going to rouse her blood. Let's not get hungrier, but she does gain 2. Okay. For you, that's going to be Dex plus Athletics to dodge.
It's memorized at this point. Let's go back. Has 1 success.
1 success.
Willpower.
Go ahead and burn a willpower.
Try.
Go ahead and try.
Uh, 3 success now.
3 successes. It's not enough. As you ready yourself to dodge, you jump to the left as 3 of these tendrils come swinging past you like a spear. And like you dodge out of the way, and then you feel something cold snake around your calf. Reach, you feel your back slam down onto the ground. You feel stars erupt in your vision as it grabs you, and you are flightless as you come tumbling through space and slam hard against the marble wall. You feel yourself lurch in pain as your back cracks into the stone, fall story down, and hit the ground hard. You take, reducing it because you're toughness, luckily. I'll take 1 point of superficial damage.
Oh, it's joyous.
That could have been higher, but toughness is already paying off as you land hard on a pew, crash the wood, hit the wet, soggy floor. Your vision dazed for a moment as you pull yourself up. You feel something you feel that was going to bruise for sure. That toughness is already paying off. It could have hurt a lot worse. There's tendrils just hovering over you now. Eleonora looks down at you as she looms over you, those tendrils wrapping around. This is fear. You feel fear rising. Eleonora is not looking at you to hold you down. You've never seen a ferocity like this coming from anyone before. Actually, you have. You've seen it in Duncan's eyes. When he stabbed a wooden stake through your chest, you see the murder in her eyes, those pitiless, gleaming beads of light that look down at you. Whether Eleanor knows it or not, you feel the sense. You feel that aura coming towards you. She's going to kill you. As she just looms ever closer. You have broken my heart. All I wanted to do was give you what I never had, but you ungrateful child! Fine. So be it. You've made your choice. I gave you everything. I bled for you. I made you better. I improved you. And this is how you had to repay me. So be it. I will take back what is mine then. To the end of her round, as we move down to Grayson and Acer. Acer comes rushing in. Grayson, as you have bent the bars out of the way, you begin to help people through. As he comes like, I got tools! As he looks wide-eyed and bruised, and there's a gaping hole in the center of his abdomen, but relatively he's fine.
Perfect. Are there any other cages that need opening?
There are 7 other cells.
I'm going to have him start to get to work as either knocking off the locks or, like if he uses something, like if he wedges in between, kind of snaps them.
Knowing Acer, do you one better. These are just metal bars with metal doors as he has a screwdriver and hammer like, I got an idea! He runs over to one side, grabbing a screwdriver and starts busting out hinges.
Perfect.
That's about as an Acer thing would do.
That's accurate.
It's quite useful, especially in this moment.
In this moment, this is going to take a minute as you're committing to just helping all these people.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Move on to the next cell. What are you doing? As a couple people begin funneling themselves out, they're still looking... Not all of them are full, luckily, but there's 3 other cells. Acer's working at once. There's 2 more cells to get popped open to get these people out.
I don't know if it'll help if whatever he's not using as a tool, I try and use it to help pry bars or anything like that, breaks locks.
To break open locks? Probably. You probably could grab like a nearby screwdriver that he's had. That would be a typical maintenance item to try and just break locks with sheer strength, or you can bend bars again.
Yeah, screwdriver won't take too long. I'm going to keep bending bars.
All right, give me another strength plus athletics in this case.
Strength. Yeah, I got a rouse.
Okay, the rouse check.
Yeah, there it is. I get hungry.
The dictator comes out as you move to the next bar, rousing your blood. Sighs with annoyance. Mr. Holland, you taking a back seat again. I am not impressed.
You understand what this is. You understand what we will be able to accomplish if we pull this off.
These people are a masquerade risk. Just let them die. Go take care of the real problem before your only meal ticket to keep your hide alive is torn to pieces by God knows what.
The thing, if we can prove this, they are the proof. This isn't our breach. This is hers.
Don't make me come out there, Mr. Holland. As this presence leans back away from you, forcingly cutting you off.
We can do this. Do this.
You'll give me a strength plus athletics with your extra dice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 5 successes this time.
I'm going to say for the next bit, as this will take several rounds to get through the rest of it. Until Acer comes back and anything gets added, unless you interject, I will use this roll for the rest of the bars. Keep things simple.
We'll accept that.
So, you begin steadying your feet in, and this has to work. One fell motion. Hey, he's back! Take your breath, buddy. It's all good. But Acer, you have run in with tools and a screwdriver, popping hinges out of these cell doors as you look over to Grayson as he is, by bare hands, bending these bars open as both of you guys get to work. The sound of Onyx far long gone. As Onyx, you run over, soggy water, covered in blood and fresh hair. Look around. You are wet. You are soggy. The sprinklers are still going. You are covered in blood. And then you hear the sound of stone cracking and the sound of Crescent's pain as she hits the floor inside this building with your heightened senses. You know she's in trouble as you hear Eleanor's words. Get an image is not good.
Yeah. Okay. Using heightened senses, do I know how far away they are?
Well, you currently have come out the back end of the church. They are inside what it probably is the main worship hall on the bottom floor. So, front door, easiest option in. Problem, you also could hear that Crescent's not alone.
Yeah.
There are windows. You could probably bust and climb in nearby if you run out to one side of the sides. But getting in sneaky from where you at? Problem.
Cool. I'm also covered in blood and trying to go outside, so I'm gonna try and use my I want to call it the D&D name, but not.
It's unseen passage, if that's what you're referring to.
There you go. That's the word.
All right, give me another rouse check if you're going to use it this second. I will say any type of loud noises or anything like that will drop it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. No, sorry. If you hear it, my tiny wolf is revolting in the background. She is demanding play, and I'm trying to shut her up.
Can't have it right now. We're trying not to die.
We're busy.
I did not get hungrier.
Despite covered in stigmatic blood and drenched with foul water,
I'm running on sheer adrenaline.
You know what? I will say the adrenaline's keeping your mental situation at bay. With your current type of mental condition. Your eyes are focused, but you feel that rippling of cold over you as you blend into nothing.
Okay. So
you're hidden? What are you doing?
I'm walking around the front and trying to peer in windows, and at the same time, I am very carefully unloading my Marlin from my back.
Looking in through the windows of frosted stained glass, it's hard to see, but with your heightened senses, you can see moving shapes. You see, through the colored glass, just a large amorphous of darkness looming over another individual. It's hard to see, but it's easy to tell that something massive is looming in front of Crescent. The glass is unfortunately frosted, so you can't see much detail.
Got it. And from what I can tell, heightened senses-wise, there's no, I don't smell the gas yet.
Give me a wits plus awareness to maybe get a gauge, because you smell a lot of water, but there might be something different.
I gotta switch those around. Okay. 3.
3 successes. You smell that water. It's stagnant, it's stale, probably hasn't been changed out in a while. It's just flooding everywhere. Wait a minute. There's a small tinge. It's very weak. You smell that slight residual odor of gasoline. 3 successes enough. I'll say mechanic-wise, you're probably going to start raining gasoline in 2 rounds.
Okay. And I just see a blob. I don't see any. I can't tell what it is.
Can't really see any detail through the windows. It's frosted stained glass, meant to be more artistic and gorgeous on the outside, but not really functional as windows.
Okay, no non-functional windows. Got it. So none of those windows open?
No.
Just the front doors?
Just the front doors. If you want to try and shatter the window, you can do that too, but that'll drop your obfuscate.
I can see shapes like...
You can see moving shapes. Luckily, your heightened senses can make out the slight differentials of traces amounts of light moving. There is definitely motion inside the building.
Does it look like Crescent's in trouble from the blobs that I can see?
Most likely.
I mean, besides, obviously in trouble that way, but can I tell if she's on the thing is on top of her?
Considering the fact that you just heard her shout in pain and it looks like something is looming, you have enough wits in your detective brain to go, she's probably going to be in trouble in a second, if not now.
Okay. I'm going to aim. I'm not taking a shot yet, but I'm going to wait for it, see if I can. I mean, I don't know what I'm aiming at.
Okay, so you're taking a few steps back to try and get an angle on the window. You start aiming through the window. What are you looking for?
Either a moment where I have a chance at the blob, or I smell the gasoline. So, I mean, I could be there a while.
Okay, so you're waiting right now, but you take aim and you wait. Moving back over to Crescent. It's looming in front of you. Tendrils begin to outstretch. You watch as there's pockets of shadow that begin just to stretch along the floors and walls as more tendrils begin releasing themselves, coalescing, trying to cage and surround you, ready to to consume down on top of you at any second. And that's when the fear starts kicking in. You've been brave up until this point, but you've lost your advantage. You can smell a little bit of gas, but it's not here yet. You're running out of options. You're running out of time. It's closing in on you. Everything's closing in on you. No. It's closing in. It's all going to hell. She's going to tear you apart, and then she's going to tear your friends apart. All of this did not go the way you wanted to. It didn't go the way you wanted to, Crescent. You can feel that panic begin to well up, and the fear starts to set in. The fear of something much darker and stronger than you, standing right in front of you, a true elder of your clan. I need you to make a terror frenzy check. Unspent willpower, half your humanity rounded down. This conflict has gone on too long, and you're cornered.
Three success.
3 successes?
Mm-hmm.
In this case, just enough. You're walking that rager's edge of courage and desperation, but you maintain yourself. What do? As the last words ring in your mind of Eleonora looming over you and saying, I guess it's time to take what it belongs to me back.
Am I still on the ground or did I get up? I forgot. I got up.
Standing up is assumed.
Okay. That's not the promise I made. And I still have those 2 stakes in my pocket, so I'm gonna pull out one of them and try and lunge.
You pull out, you wait for a moment. You go straight for a lunge at her. She doesn't even move. As your hand goes straight through her, you just hear. You could have been taught so many things, Crescent. As you feel a tendril just reach over, just throw one of the stakes off to the side, reach it out of your hand. You can try and hold on to it if you want, or you just let it go.
I know I've got the other. I know I have the other one in my pocket, and I know that it's kind of useless. So I'm trying to bide time, and if I keep looking like a threat, that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to let it happen.
As you look around, as the zombies Around you, hordes of disfigured, decaying faces begin to pull themselves out of the shadow, stalking closer around Eleonora, and have begun to circle around you. You see over a dozen of the dead just stepping into the main hall, clambering over each other. Eyes just locked in on you as Eleonora looms. Had you just listened to me, girl, I could have taught you so many glorious things. We could have owned this city together as mother and daughter. We could have owned it all.
That was your dream, not mine. Did you ever ask what I wanted? Ever? With the hounds? With this? You just threw things onto me. Just expected me to be grateful for things I never asked for. I was grateful for the love, however superficial it was. I expected better, too.
Go ahead and give me a composure plus persuasion.
My persuasion's 0, so that's just going to be 2 dice. Is there even a chance I'm winning that?
Or intimidation, in its own way.
That's way better.
It's very, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed type vibe I'm getting from that.
Yeah, because she never wanted to do this. 3 success again.
Successes. Your options, if you can roll a bit higher, would be beneficial. Or I could allow you to win at a cost. You're going to get hurt from that. You're going to feel pain from opening yourself up like that and letting your guard down. Not only will you take pain, but you also suffer a crippling injury. That costs.
I've only got 1 dice that I could roll if I did willpower, but not rousing. I'm gonna rouse.
Give me a rouse check.
Fail.
That orchid has now begun to open wide as your internal light shines above the oblivion, and now those tendrils have already begun to coalesce inside your own soul. You do get hungrier as you are reaching your breaking point, Crescent. But you do get a +2.
+3.
+3. You're right. You are potency 3. Thank you.
2 additional successes.
5 successes. Eleonora is going to lose some willpower as you feel those tendrils slowly begin to wrap around your ankles, up to your calves, up to your thighs, snaking like serpents, but then they hesitate for a moment. They stop. They're holding you as you have not moved to resist. But not as hard. Eleonora looms down over you, the shadows peeling away like flesh, allowing her face to push through like a mask, and you can see just long razor fangs jut down like shark's teeth, looming down over you. Her eyes are red and wide with fury as streaks of blood begin to well down the front. You see rage, pure rage, but it becomes tainted. You see pain. You see sorrow. And you see hesitation. Do you just stand there, or is there anything else you do?
For right now, I will.
On her turn, Eleonora looks down on you. She's gonna burn another willpower as your words seep to her. And she holds back the fury. She holds up a hand. Stop! The zombies, as they kind of encroach now tighter around you, Crescent is freeze, looking to her. And their hands just drop, and they just look at her. You were too young to know what you truly wanted in this world, Crescent. You're too young. I gave you everything that I didn't get. Everything that was taken from me. I wanted you to be able to make your own decisions in this world. But there are so many to take that away. That would. I gave you power. I took this broken, weak girl that life had destroyed, and I gave it back to you. Didn't you feel strong when you brought down that horrendous man that got you addicted, that abused and assaulted you every night as payment? Didn't you feel good to know that you were stronger than that useless excuse of a father, of a shallow, broken woman of a mother? Didn't it feel good to step into my world and be better? Didn't I give you what you wanted? You wanted to be this. You begged for it when you took your first breath, reborn into the dark. Is that all a lie? Did you ever?
Yes, I still do.
Then why do you break my heart? Why do you turn against me like all the others?
Because you're making me choose.
It's always going to be a choice.
You're making me choose.
Then
and I don't want to.
Then choose! Either me, the woman who brought you to power, that gave you everything through blood, sweat, and tears, that shielded you from the vultures that would descend upon our clan, that would descend upon you, that protected you from all the blood leeches out there. Or these others that you call friends, who mark my words the moment they see that I know you are. See the true Crescent. They will turn their back on you. They will look at you as every ally has looked at me. A monster. To be destroyed, to be leashed, to be controlled. So choose. Me or them.
I don't want to choose. But you're making me. Again, just like you always have. You make me do things. Is there anything that's my own? Or do you just know best? And I'm just supposed to go along with everything?
He straightens up. The tears flow. Mother knows best, child. And in time, you would know what I'm protecting you from and understand.
I think you're wrong. Do I smell gas at this point?
Give me a wits plus awareness.
4 successes.
With your heightened senses, you're able to pick past the smell of death and decay. that surrounds you, the smell of stagnant sprinkler water. You smell the very traces of gasoline beginning to come through the pipes. Just a little longer. It's mingled with water. It would do nothing at this second, just a little longer. Mechanically with that roll, one more round.
Those people have done a lot for me. Just the same as you have, just in different ways. I don't want to lose anybody.
You can't have us both, Crescent. You're
the only one that's saying that.
They have seen too much. They will be a threat to us. You cannot have both. This is your last chance, my sweet child.
So what is the plan? What would be the plan? If I chose you, what does that look like? Am I just going to be following orders?
Not forever. She leans back down, the tears flowing, but there's a small smile on her face as there's a small glimmer of hope. We kill them together. We reduce them to ash now. They're here, beneath us. And then, once they are taken care of, you and me rise to the prince as saviors, weeding out traitors to the Camarilla, to us. And in time, when you have grown strong and wise, you will rule this city with me as my equal. You will become my spear, as I become its queen. You will rise with me, my sweet, sweet Celine. And we will get revenge on all those who wronged us.
So we take over the city. What about the Anarchs? Camarilla.
We rule the Camarilla of Seattle and we crush those traitors beneath our fist. We bring all who threaten down around us, piece by piece. The form lowers down to you as it starts to solidify. Still inking shadow, but arms outstretched. Come, my daughter, and I will forgive all your transgressions.
What about the beckoning? That's still going to be a problem.
As the city's queen, I will have the means to hold off the beckoning indefinitely. My methods work. I just need to keep those pesky eyes out of my business.
How long before you Diablerize me?
I would never. I could never hurt you. As the hands just start to reach out to your face. First we take Enzo. No, first your friends. And then Enzo. And then this city. Please. Please. Come with your mother. Rise to be the spear that we have worked together to forge. Be my right hand. My beautiful daughter.
I want to. But it's not entirely what I want. Can't we just get away from here? Be happy on our own? None of the political bullshit.
The face falters and frowns as her hands curl back. You don't trust me. Insolent child.
It's not about trust. It's not about trust at all. It's just what I've always wanted.
Then the answer is no. There is not a place in the world that will be safe from us. So we make this place safe. We make this city our home. Forever.
Okay. Fine.
Do you mean that honestly, or are you lying to her?
Oh, lying. I'm trying to bide time here.
Give me a manipulation plus subterfuge.
Yeah, fine. 3 successes.
3 successes?
Yeah, that's all. That's like the max I can do, so that's all I've got.
Let me see if that is enough.
Yeah, I can't rouse again. That's gonna be bad.
You watch as you look out to her. Those large, pleading eyes, your face stricken with feigned grief. She's gonna burn another willpower. As you watch as her enlarged, amorphous form begins to shrink.
Are the ones coming off of my feet?
They begin to pull away. As you watch as drenched in water, your sire becomes solid. She drops her form of shadow, and standing before you is your ivory-skinned mother, clad in a black starry-light dress, and her eyes shining, blood pouring from her face and tears drenched with water, and she smiles, opening her arms to you. Come. It's okay. I promise it'll be okay. Mother forgives you.
I'm gonna move toward her.
She wraps her arms around you and holds you close.
I've still got that other steak.
I'll say, with that roll, you have the opportunity to make a move if you want to.
I'm going to give it a few minutes because I'm actually kind of savoring the hug as like a goodbye and sort. And then I'll stake.
Go ahead and give me a strength plus melee.
Now I'm gonna cry. Strength and melee?
Strength plus melee. I will say this is a called shot. It's going to be at a -2 penalty.
-2?
Mm-hmm. It's a staking.
Shit. Okay.
You're trying to torpor her, are you not?
Mm-hmm. I might need to rouse the blood then, because that's not going to be enough dice. I know it.
You may certainly do so if you wish.
That is only 2 dice.
You would need at least 5 points worth of damage to do it.
I don't know if I can actually do it then.
I will say with this, you would need to rouse the blood to have a chance.
Question?
Answers?
Just curious, since that was a lot of dialogue, how long has that been, gas-wise?
That odor is right on the cusp any second. I'll say this: that roll has definitely ticked it down to 0, but we have to let this action take place as well.
Okay.
It's kind of happening all at the same time.
Okay, even if I rouse the blood,
There'll be 3 extra die.
which would bring it up to a 5 exactly.
You need to do 5 damage, which means you need 5 successes.
I know.
that I would be at 5 dice, so I'd have to roll all successes, and
all successes or at least 1 crit and 1 success.
I can't. I'm at 4 hunger dice. It would be a messy crit.
It still would be considered a critical, and whatever punishment would tack on top of it.
Yeah, I already pulled. Ugh. Okay, maybe I can't do this. I can't do it. It's... So if I fail this, it's not gonna...
You can smell the gas is imminent. And even Onyx outside can smell that it's trickling a moment, and Onyx, you could feel that finger around your rifle just starting to tighten. But that form that was massive and amorphous, the movements have begun to settle. Now you just see a blur of bodies behind the frosted glass. Whatever Crescent's doing, actually you have a pretty good idea what Crescent's doing. You can hear this conversation with your senses.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I could hear it. That's why I'm like...
I'll say...
Volcavian's getting itchy.
She's got an itchy trigger finger right now.
I'll say, Crescent, with your heightened senses as well, you could hear the very distinct sound of a rifle being prepped, of being set up, the sound of metal clinking. Is the Marlin a bolt action?
Yes it is.
And you can hear the very quiet grinding of a bolt being pulled. You don't know who's out there, but you hear a gun being cocked.
Does the 5 damage have to be from the stake, or can it be total if the impact happens at the same time?
It has to be from the stake.
Okay.
You need 5 successes with an attack roll of your stake to torpor her.
Do I risk this?
It's up to you.
I've gotten really lucky. I don't know if I'm going to keep... I feel like I've run out. I can try, and if it fails...
I'll say this, in the sake of all options available, Onyx, you have been prepped to react. You don't know what she's doing, but...
Okay, but I have heard everything, right?
You have heard everything, and I'll say, for this, give me a wits plus insight.
Okay.
To see if you can tell Crescent is lying. Because what you just heard made it sound like Crescent just betrayed you guys.
I think I'm fairly intuitive enough to understand what's going on.
We'll see. You don't know Crescent that long.
Intuitively, yes, but the problem is you did have a vision of her getting embraced and...
True. So,
6.
Cool.
Oh, never mind.
Well, that beats Crescent's roll. For a moment, it ticks in your mind of what the... Oh, she's plotting something. She's got a plan. You can tell there's some deviousness going on here.
Well then, yeah, I'm going to... I've got it aimed at the window, right? And I can't hardly see through it?
You can see shapes. You cannot see specific targets.
All right. I'm going to break my hiddenness then by shouting very loudly so anyone in the church would hear what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And I would say, for the record, I do like the real Crescent. She's a shit liar, and I'm going to shoot.
Are you trying to hit her, or are you just busting the window with a bullet?
The first one, because the Marlin has several rounds. Thankfully for the double barrel and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to shoot once, and then shoot again.
So I'm going to say the first shot is you distracting and helping.
Busting the window open so I can see, yes, and giving distraction. And the talking first was to hopefully get her to turn towards me.
I'll say then this is what happens. In the moment, Crescent, as you just revel in this almost this last embrace you have in Eleanor, you feel that motherly love truly sinking through on against Eleanor's cold, cold skin.
And you begin to contemplate, do you have an opening to do this? You feel the stake in your hand as you move slowly towards it, but you don't know if you have the will to do so. As all of a sudden you hear Onyx's voice ring out, bang! The window just shatters inward, spraying colored glass inward. All the zombies turn around. Eleanor's body twists and just snaps. And Onyx, you see the definition of a monster. Grayed ivory skin pulled back into a wide smile, dagger-like shark teeth snarling at you, eyes wide. This creature looks less of the woman you had seen before and more like just pure vitriol, bestial hatred of death, but it has turned her attention just long enough. I'll say, Crescent, if you're going to stake her, that adds a +1 to your roll, as she is helping you.
That gives me a chance for a regular crit and more messy crit. So yeah.
Roused, that would be a total of 6 dice if you roused.
I'm rousing.
Also, as she's prepping, and now that I've got her attention, I'm just going to keep shouting insults like, yeah, you're kind of a shit sheriff too.
Wow.
Luckily, I'm not going to make you roll for that. Success! You do not get hungrier.
Thank God. 5 would suck. I'd go from staking to biting very fast.
Go ahead and roll your 6 dice. As for this brief moment, as time begins to slow, your sire's attention has snapped over to Onyx, who is standing in the shattered opening of a window, her marlin drawn as she bolts chambers another round.
I've never been more appreciative for this coterie. Oh, God. Remind me again which one it was.
It's going to be a strength plus melee. Actually, this is a small... No, it is strength plus melee. I remember this. It is strength plus melee, so 6 dice total with your rouse. Do you have a little prayer to give? Chat, give a prayer.
I'm giving myself a prayer. I'm in a church and I need to pray.
All right.
Got you. All right, go nuts.
Success. Crit. Okay, there's 1 crit. It's on hunger dice, though. Oh, fuck. Do I risk that last willpower? You're bad influences, all of you.
See, I've got 4 successes, but one of the
5.
hunger dice. No, I know. But one of the hunger dice is a crit. So if I spend a willpower to try and roll this 1, either I crit and get a messy crit, or I could get another success and get 5. I'm already come this far, why not?
Burn that willpower for the reroll?
Yep, I am.
Burn it for the reroll.
Biscuit for the biscuit.
Biscuit for the biscuit.
Let it burn, let it burn.
Ah!
I'm not touching my dice. I'm just going to take a picture for the group chat really quick.
I can't figure this.
Because I fucking hate it. Okay.
Oh no.
Nobody reacts? I'll let the chat see too, just for funsies.
That's a messy crit.
Huh.
But it's a crit. But altogether, it's 4, 5. Wait, 4. I can math. I can do it.
Max.
7.
7 successes. With a messy crit. Oh, I'm gonna have to make this...
Make this what?
I'm thinking...
I was like, the suspense.
I've got it. So this is what happens, Crescent. All around you, that water, that emergency sprinkler smell fades away, and you smell gas. Just as quick as a motion, Onyx, you watch a stake plummets straight through Eleanor's sternum. The sound of wood penetrating bone, shattering through it. As you can see the point end come out her backside. Her head slowly turns to Crescent.
Oh, she's profusely crying at this point.
You watch as the sickening...
She did not want to do this.
Sickening gray begins to take her skin. Don't let me fade away. Please. Please. As she goes limp into your arms, rigor mortis setting in, the stake penetrating her heart. Onyx, you can smell the gas flooding through, but Crescent, those words ring through you. You know if you kill her, she will fade away to nothing. She will cease to exist. She will become dust in your arms. But there's a way to save her, to keep her. As due to this messy critical, you suffer from the hunger compulsion. You can save her. You can save a piece of her. She can live through you if you're strong enough. You want to feed on her. You want to drink her dry and take her in. It is a compulsion. You will be at a -2 penalty to all your rolls until you have slayed to hunger 1, but in the sakes of this scene, the most readily available blood at hunger 4, as you can smell fresh vitae leaking onto your hands from the stake, overpowering the smell of gas. You want to take her. The only way to have both. As Onyx, you wait there with your finger on the trigger, waiting for Crescent to react. You can smell the gas. She's in the middle of it.
Do I see the hesitation, though? Like, can I infer what's going on a little bit? I mean, I watched her stake her, and now she's looking at her.
Crescent, go ahead and narrate to Onyx what she sees on your face and on your body, as she has full view of you.
Relatively still kind of looks like Crescent, but eyes are completely pitch black, like shark black, and fangs are out, and she just gritting her teeth. Her hands are balled into fists and just shaking.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of lower it a little bit and walk towards her real quick, and I know I'm covered in blood. So, I'm just gonna walk up and be like, Crescent, it's a really bad idea.
You charge in to the building. You throw the doors open, holding your Marlin still covered in blood. The gas is now falling on top of you, falling on top of Crescent, falling on top of everything. The gas is free flowing. But Crescent, this moment, your eyes snap over to Onyx, almost feral. You can smell the vitae radiating off of her. She reeks of vitae. You could take her too. Yeah, you could have all your friends. Just all together. You could hold all of them. As Onyx, it unnerves you as her eyes meet you, so you know you're covered in blood as well.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to walk towards her, and I'm going to say, how about we make a trade? You get me, and we burn her. It's not worth it, Crescent.
You'll die.
I mean, I can shoot you. I'm willing to risk it.
How about you leave me alone right now?
I just crawled in here through ghouls, crap, blood, and saved your ass. And I'm going to get you out of here. Let's go. The boys are waiting downstairs.
Crescent, this compulsion is not overriding you, but it's so interlaced into your personality. You technically do have free will. It is your choice, but the compulsion to feed, to walk away from Eleonora, I will make you roll for that, to see if you have the will to leave her alone, to let her body rest and you to walk away. And you know whoever you feed on next, you're probably going to kill them. You're too hungry.
And I know that.
You know this taste. It's not like a frenzy. It's not blind beast in control. It is you.
You want this. You want to feed, and you want to feed on her. You could feed on someone else, sure, but you know the next person you feed on is going to die, most likely. You're going to drink them dry. The odds of you having the willpower to resist killing someone next is very low. So if someone's going to die, why not be her? Why not take the chance? And maybe, just maybe, keeping both. Your own mind whispers into you. You can choose to walk away. It will be a roll. You know the risks of taking this out onto somebody else.
I did this whole thing because I didn't want anybody else getting hurt. And I went in thinking that I was most likely going to die. So the last thing that I want to do is kill anybody else. That kind of defeats the purpose of me doing this whole plan.
These thoughts go through your mind as you hesitate. Onyx, you see Crescent looking at you, just eyes back to Eleanor, eyes back to you, eyes back to Eleonora. You know when someone's unhinged and they're fighting within themselves. You can see it on her face. At this point, Grayson, Acer, the last silk pops open as people just rush, compound you, break the bars open, Grayson, as they become over. People begin flooding past you in a scramble and a panic, but they all, without moving, start running. But you can smell, both of you at this point. The noises upstairs have calmed down, and oh god, you can smell gas. You can smell gas. It is leaking through the floorboards. You can smell gas!
That's what she meant. Grayson, this place really is going up in flames. That's not water.
No, it is not.
You gotta go. And Acer taking one more look around. Did we get everyone?
Cells are open and people, they're not standing around, they're booking it. These are desperate human beings running for survival.
Okay. Then I'm gonna start running with them, and I'm just gonna start barking and just be like, turn left, right through that wall. Just outside.
Acer books it down with the rest of the pack of the people. What are you doing, Grayson?
Inflicted at the moment.
If you need a second to think, you could say that in the moment you are hesitating here as the gas begins to drip onto the shredded front of your clothes. It begins to leak down here in the basement. The second the sprinkler is going to run out, but everything is caked in gasoline. If you want a second to breathe, we say you hesitate. Maybe you move back to the girls upstairs and see what happens next.
I'll go with Acer.
Begrudgingly, you gotta protect yourself. That conviction pulls you. This place is gonna go. Whatever happens, it's there on them. And you begin moving with Acer as you honor your own conviction. You guys begin making your way out through the halls, pushing the people out, make it out to the end of the basement. At that exact moment, we go back to the girls as all this is happening at once. Crescent, Onyx. The lines of dead just stand there. Eleanor's last command was for them to stop, so they still don't move. They just stare at her. Waiting for more orders, surround you in a circle of death as they circle Crescent and Eleanor's torpid body. As Crescent, you stand in front of Onyx. That desire still pulling at you. Those thoughts in your mind. What are you thinking now?
Same thing as before. This is the whole point. And if I'm just going to get somebody killed, it has to be between the two of us. Like, this is the whole point. So I'm gonna look at Onyx. I don't want to kill anyone. This started with her and I. It ends with her and I.
And it ain't worth having her in your head for the rest of eternity.
She won't be in my head. I've Diablerized before. Doesn't work like that.
Still a risk. Are you sure you want to try it? Crescent, we could work this out. It doesn't have to be one way or the other.
At this point, the sprinklers, they still spin, but the fluid is gone. Everything is coated in gas. It's all around you. It masks everything. If you both were not so hungry, it'd be all that you could smell, but right now it's just a mingling of gasoline, vitae, and decay between the both of you as the tension, because you could cut with a knife between you.
I'm going to pull out my pistol slowly, not at her, but just have it in my hand, now that I know the gas in the area. And I'm just going to look at Crescent, and I'm going to hold out my hand, and I'm going to say, Crescent, it's not worth it. And I'm going to look her dead in the eyes and say, come with me. And I'm going to try.
You're going to try and dominate her?
Try. It might not work, but I'm going to be non-threatening as I do it.
Oh, no.
First thing, give me a rouse check as you try to mesmerize her.
Yep. I do not get hungrier.
You do not get hungrier.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Onyx, this is going to be your charisma plus dominate. Crescent, wits plus resolve plus your unswayable mind.
Yes.
Hey. I might get her mad at me enough to...
Oh, no. You will get her pissed.
Hey.
Wits and which? Sorry.
Wits plus resolve plus unswayable mind, so plus 2.
What was mine?
Yours is going to be charisma plus dominate. I know this has gone on a bit longer, and I do appreciate my players hanging in there, but this is kind of a climactic moment. It's not much longer, though. It's almost done, I promise. Is it either you want to burn willpower or try to increase the roll in any kind of way?
Nope, I'm letting it fall as it may.
Well, I mean, what else can I do? I don't have a whole lot of willpower here.
You could burn willpower to roll up to 3 black die. You could choose to rouse the blood. You could also, I do not believe you've pulled from blood bags tonight just yet.
I mean...
It's up to you. How badly do you want to try and force Crescent out of this? Take away her decision.
I don't know. You had to say it like that.
That's what you are doing.
That's what you're doing.
You are making the decision for her. Using Mesmerize to force her mind to let her go.
I'll let it be.
The dice fall where they may. Go ahead and call your rolls.
6.
How many?
7.
I will say, since it's player on player, you both know what you are doing or receiving. Rousing and willpower is still an option for both of you. And Crescent, you are aware of what's trying to be done to you, as you felt it before. It's player on player, so you guys can compete for this as hard as you want. So rousing and willpower are on the table for both of you still.
Out of character, I want to leave it alone, but in character, you just... Oh, no.
I didn't, and remember, I'm new, I didn't know all that.
You know, it fits with your character. You do not understand fully supernatural nature.
Yeah.
This is where it dawns on you, Onyx, as you push your influence on Crescent. All the times you've done this to people to get your way, you thought you were just being persuasive, but now you see the true devil in your ability. Your persuasion. You realize that as Crescent's mind tries to resist, you are wrenching her will away from her. And you regret it almost the moment it leaves your mouth. But the options are still stands, Crescent. If you want to use willpower, if you want to rouse to try and resist it. In fact, I believe you do have a bonus for resisting disciplines because of your potency.
Oh, shit. I do. That's an extra die already.
So actually you have to roll that extra die. A tie would go to the victim in this case, as that's the rules when I'm Storyteller.
That's a fail. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so willpower or rousing is up to you.
If I roused though, and I fail, that might get bad.
I can't drop it.
No, it's a bad idea.
I have a question because I literally didn't know.
Huh? Are you okay?
I will say, I will allow it. It is your power. It is against another player.
Well, I know,
okay.
I'll say for the sake of our players here, as Onyx, you are trying to step in to help your friend.
Fine.
You are valid and doing whatever you can to try and pull her away.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would have said it like that.
I believe you said it very kindly. It's the power
you did.
That's trying to wrench away from her. I'll say this, Onyx, if you have the best intentions, even as Kindred. You're not doing this maliciously. You are trying to help your friend, despite having to do a very dark thing to do it. That is the moral conflict. If you allow your power to go through, she is going to rouse to try and resist it, and will let the dice leave what they may, or when you realize what you're going to have to do to try and force her hand, you could pull back if you want to. It's a hard confliction.
So it sounds like it's actually a pretty good moment because you have two directions you can go. Like, you can either stay the course and allow everything to happen, believing you're doing the right thing, or how the DM put it, which I actually really like how he put it. You didn't realize that you had this power all along, and the fact that now you know that you're manipulating someone's will can, like, shock you out of it and make you stop using the power now that you recognize what's going on. So you can play it either way. It's actually pretty cool.
I'll say this as Blue, your intentions are pure. You're trying to help. It's just the methods that's the question. So it's up to you. Do you push through for the betterment of your friend, believing what's best, or do you withdraw and let her make the choice? This is where personal horror comes into effect.
Well, I think the problem is less of, like, it doesn't have the intended effect of what I was trying to do. I think I did that incorrectly. Because I was less of trying to just force you to, like, drag away and trying to give you a moment to make the choice. Which is why, like, without, like, I don't know, I was trying to more pull you, like, you know, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work how I want it to.
When you bring disciplines into it, it doesn't become that.
That's not what I meant.
I will say this. If you want to rephrase your command as it is a sentence of command, I would like to add to it if that helps. Allow you to change your phrasing, elaborate further, and that's where the power takes effect. Beautiful thing about a conversational power. So, it's up to you, Onyx. Do you withdraw or do you push? There's no shame in either way. Add a player.
I'm probably going to withdraw, but I'll let her at least know that I thought about it. You'll probably kind of see her realize, like, start to build up for it and realize what she's doing and just kind of step back.
Crescent, for the first time, you felt someone's talents, their vampiric will try to pressure and push your mind, and you feel it beginning to crunch through. In fact, you, to your anger, almost recede, going, no, not again, not another person trying to take hold of me. And just as that mental barrier begins to crack, it stops. And you and Onyx's eyes meet as you feel her mind pull away willingly.
And I'm just gonna... Onyx just looks at her. And she just looks really sad and kind of helpless.
You stopped.
Yeah. Because I know you're not going to take what I want into account anyways, but I just wanted to help. So do what you want. But I do care about you, Crescent, and I didn't want that to happen to you.
Thank you.
And, I'd really like to shoot her and figure this out a different way. But if you're not going to let me, I'll see myself out.
Before you answer that, Crescent, at this moment you are in control of yourself, despite the compulsion. If you wish to walk away, you may, but I will make you roll for it. As if you choose to walk away, now you're fighting your beast. If you wish to give in, it's also your choice. For once, in a time since Crescent can no longer remember, this is the first time you've been allowed to make a choice for yourself. Make your choice, Crescent. Do you take your sire, or do you try to walk away?
I don't know.
I would leave it on a cliffhanger now, but I cannot let this sit for a whole week.
Stress out the pregnant woman, it's fine.
You earned the right to make a choice, finally. At this point, I'll say the boys, you've rushed out in the back. You've waited for the explosion. You look out the front as, I'll say, without really needing much effort, you're able to careen the cattle of people into the van for safety, relying on you for protection. As you both wait out on the front, you can see the open door of the cathedral, both of you. Onyx standing there, the marlin in one hand, her hand outstretched to the other as Crescent holds torpid Eleonora in her arms. Do you boys wish to add? The place reeks of gas, but nothing is ablaze yet.
I'm walking away.
Crescent, give me one last composure plus resolve. It's going to be at a -2 penalty. In this case,
1 success.
In this case, Unswayable Mind, I would say, would take effect. You can also rouse in willpower. If you're choosing to walk away, you are forcing your will.
I can't do willpower. It's all hunger dice. It's all hunger dice right now.
You could rouse. And then willpower that rouse.
It would only be 1 dice, but yes. I will rouse.
Well, give me a hunger check.
It's a fail.
Pushing yourself and your will to the brink.
This is not good.
That orchid opens bright and luminous as the Oblivion's talons itself begins to pull at you, and that hunger strikes you deeper than you felt in a long time. But you take the extra 3 dice. Additionally, don't forget to take the bonus from your Unswayable Mind, so that's a +2 as well, so it's 5 extra dice in total. But you are at hunger 5 now.
5 successes.
5 successes. Grayson, do you charge after Acer?
I tell everybody, don't move, stay here and be quiet, and I do rush after Acer.
You watch both of you run up to the cathedral, just thinking, no. Do you want, honestly, Grayson, what goes through your mind as you look at, not Crescent, no, you're looking at Haley. You see Haley as she holds the torpid body of her sire, and you know the temptation in her mind. What do you think as you rush after Acer? What do you think of as you watch Haley, a piece of her, just stuck in this moment? What goes through your mind? What do you hope she does?
I hope she gets the chance that I didn't get to give her. Am I in the room with her?
You're at the entrance as Crescent, you look up and see Grayson's face. And he looks at you, not with anger or commandment. You see Acer right on his flank next to him. His body is taut and stressed as he sees it, as well as Onyx still has her outstretched hand. All of your friends, you look at them. And you could pull away if you wanted to. You could set her body down. You could walk away, and you and your friends could watch this place burn. You could do it. Despite how badly you want to do the opposite, 5 successes is just enough.
I take off my glove and put it in my pocket and offer my hand out to her.
2 of your friends have stretched hands towards you.
I'm going to kneel down to Eleonora and kiss her forehead, and then I'm going to turn to my friends and take their hands and say, I'm sorry.
I'm going to bring her in very close. I'm going to hug her.
She's just going to sob at this point.
Because she grabbed my hand too, I'm probably just going to be patting, but I'm covered in blood, and I'm going to try not to get that close.
I'm going to take the Molotov out.
You all begin to walk past the threshold together. Grayson, an arm around you, protectively around your shoulders, holding you close, as Onyx takes a cautious step back, even though there's no fear in her eyes with you. As you cross the threshold out of the church of La Sombra, Sire Eleonora, you watch as Crescent pulls out one more Molotov.
This was your plan? Sabotage the sprinkler system? Light her and yourself on fire? Till the bitter end?
If it came to that.
Happy it didn't come to that. Seriously, I probably would have found a way to bring you back just so I can punch you.
Well, good thing she's got a psychotic friend now who's, got a little bit of a third eye.
Never mind.
Anytime.
And as we slowly begin to pan away, Crescent, that Molotov in your hand, oh, so heavy. The clear alcoholic liquid inside the glass beaker, a little bit of a rag sticking out. Do you do it?
Yeah.
As you all step away from the danger, the fumes just pouring out, the dead echoing in the halls of the Church of the Damned. Crescent pulls out a small lighter. The beaker goes alight. Crescent, you look at that dancing flame. You look at the church and throw it through the open door to the cathedral. And as that Molotov careens into the church, what's your final thoughts?
Bit of regret. Just feel broken. Probably as she sees the fire, just gonna drop to her knees and kind of hug herself and cry. Just nothing, no good feelings.
And as we pull away, the 3 of you, surrounding Crescent, and you hold your friend, your coterie mate, as she falls to her knees and screams a heart-welting cry, a lament of pain and grief for what she has lost, as hellfire takes the church in one burst of glorious inferno. And that is where we're going to leave tonight's story. For better or for worse, the choices have been made. And Eleonora, Elder La Sombra, sire to Crescent, and all of her dead burst into flames. Never again to see another night. Never again to walk this earth. And all the consequences that come with it will soon to be revealed. But for now, thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you all for your support as emotions run high in a game as pivotal as this. We thank you again for your continued support. And we greatly appreciate you coming to us every night religiously to share this experience with us. But not to worry, we still have more, so much more story to unpack here. But for now, good night, everyone. Hug your loved ones close. God bless you all, and good night.